Alright guys, welcome back to the program. Today we are going to be dropping our engine and transmission on this frame and hopefully get it mocked up. So I'm hoping that the transmission, or I should say the rear motor mounts, will bolt to that cross member, but this front one definitely won't. But before we put this dude in, I'm going to head over to my buddy Alex's place. He's got a 1959 Edsel, and we're gonna try to get that thing running. So let's get over there real quick and see what we can do. All right, here we are at Dickman's house. Do you prefer Rickman or Alex or dealer's Dickman choice. Or dealer's choice? That's all right. 59 Edsel Ranger. So we're gonna put this dude up on jack stands and try to get it to fire up today. We'll see what we can do. Okay, so we thought it was a spark issue. It might have been, I don't know. We could still try to check that old, we could try the old coil if you want too. But anyways, we went and got a new coil. The old coil might be good still, I don't know. But anyways, yeah. What the hell did we do? So we're getting spark all the way to the spark plugs. Our timing looks like it's pretty close, should be close enough. But I guess it's just not getting enough fuel right now, and it might be a little cold for it to start, but yeah, we're almost there. Okay, do you want to spray in there and I'll crank it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm jumping wire here.
I have spark.
Okay. Are you ready, I guess? We'll try to zoom in.
Yeah.
Our battery's dying. Dude, she wants to fucking go.
She wants to.
Alright, we swapped batteries. Our other one was going dead, so let's give this guy a shot.
Fuck.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. There you go. That is a win, I would say. That's a fucking W right there. That just threw some
Rat shit and insulation right in my mouth.
Alright, I'm gonna call that a win. Got her running, or fired up at least, and it ran a little bit. I don't know if the video really got it very well or not, but we're back here at the shop as you guys can see. So let's get this dude in there and see what happens. Alright, we got her coming in, but my first couple issues I'm running into is I first popped off this Speedo gear, dude, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough clearance for the firewall and that cross member. I might be able to leave the PTO on, I'm not sure, but where the stick dude goes in, that's definitely not gonna be enough clearance to fit it through, so I'm gonna have to pop that dude off. I have no idea how this is gonna go back in. Alright, I got the PTO off, I got the top of this dude off. I'm gonna have to figure out how it goes back on. There's gear oil draining out of this dude, or transmission fluid or whatever. And so yeah, we're gonna try to push this dude in there. It still looks like it's gonna be really close, but we're about to find out.
When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach. So she ran away in her sleep and dreamed of paradise, paradise, paradise. Every time she closed her eyes.
Okay, so after we cut that hole in the firewall, the transmission seems to fit in there pretty good. But the issue I ran into was, as you can see, there's no more bumper. Our bumper was sitting right about there, and I couldn't get the jack in any further forward, and I really didn't want to get the forklift in here because that's just a pain. So no more bumper, and let's see how this dude goes in. And yeah, looks like it's getting pretty close though. My transmission bolt hole's about 2 inches off, maybe 3, so we're almost there. Alright, so more issues. These transmission mounts are too big for this old transmission cross member, so I get to cut the holes bigger.
She was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach, and the bullets catching her teeth. Life goes on, it gets so heavy, the wheel breaks the butterfly, every tear a waterfall.
Alright, I'm gonna sink down these cross member bolts and the transmission will be in. Okay, she's in there and it's looking good. Yeah. What I need to do first is figure out the angle of the dangle. My pinion angle will determine how far my transmission needs to be pointing up or down. So before I can actually start fabricating this, I need to figure out at what angle this engine's going to sit, which relates to the transmission sitting at a certain angle. Okay, so after spending hours on the internet trying to figure out my pinion angle relative to my transmission angle with the carrier bearing in the middle, so you got 2 drive shafts and all that good stuff, it's actually a lot more simple than I thought. The pinion angle comes up, so actually, well, I'll show you kind of what I have going on. Okay, so we're under the truck now. That's the transmission. Comes back. Our drive line's laying on the ground, but there's our rear end. Our pinion angle's coming up at about 95 degrees, and that, I don't know if you can see my shadow. My shadow's touching it. Anyways, that's where the carrier bearing sits, and so the pinion comes up to that, and it'll actually adjust itself off of right behind the carrier bearing on that pinion side. And so up here, all we have to do is figure out where the transmission is at 90 degrees and then bolt it in. So I basically got it kind of set up to where I need it to be right now. So you find a nice flat spot, get your dude on there. Hopefully you guys can kind of see it. It's kind of, there we go. So I already actually did this, and I did a back here off of the U-joint bolt dudes because those are the flattest part I could get to. Actually, you might be able to see that from there. So basically, you get it right to where the transmission is sitting at 90 degrees, and that is right on, basically right where it is right now. So now we're going to go up front, and I'll show you what I'm going to do up there. Okay, so now we're looking at the engine. To get our height for where the engine needs to be, to where I can start mocking up where my bracket mount, front mount bracket, whatever the hell it's called, where that needs to go. I measured down from the bottom spot, flat spot kind of, and came up to the bottom of our first bolt here, and that's about 7.5 for me. So wrote it down, bam, 7.5 from the passenger side, and then the driver's side was 7 3/8. So now I can get the engine pulled out and get everything pulled out of there. The flywheel's already out, but I need to get the clutch stuff out so I can see how what kind of shape that's in. Alright guys, I think we're going to call it there. She's sitting in there pretty nice. Our firewall is clear of the valve covers, and distributor looks like it should be okay. Yeah, and she's sitting in there pretty nice. So, and as you might be able to see, I've been working on the front motor mount a little bit, so we will start with that in the next video. But anyways, thanks for watching guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button if you want, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. We'll see you guys in the next one.